Welcome, Gemini, to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a general read. We're going to look to find what is good and what is hidden. My general reads hold 3 rows, 3 cards each, one representing the recent past, one representing the current energy, and one representing the future. You're going to want to stay and watch this video if you have Gemini in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for your birth chart. Check out your other signs if you're interested. Watch for fun if it doesn't resonate. Oh, excuse me. We're not going to take that. And if you're interested in a personal read, goodness, my information is in the description box below. Alright, Geminis, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're having a beautiful holiday season, whatever you do practice. Hope you're enjoying Capricorn season. Hope you had a blessed Sagittarius season. And I'm excited to get into your read today. Again, if you're interested in a personal read, my information is in the description box below. You do have to book one of those. You can't, general reads are generalized. I pray for and meditate for the general collective, for those that have those placements, and those that might watch this video. Excuse me. So a personalized read is I pray and meditate for you. It's very different. Okay. So Geminis, we'll grab 3 clarifiers at the very end. At the bottom of the deck holds the overall energy for this reading. Geminis, you do have Temperance. You could be dealing with any Sagittarius, or Sagittarius could be in your chart. Temperance is a major arcana card. It not only represents Sagittarius, it represents the middle path, patience, and finding meaning. Very interesting. That's going to be the overall energy for this read. So we can apply it as a variable to the rest of the rows. Your first row represents your recent past. You do have a king here, the King of Pentacles. That could be that in the tarot. When it comes to Pentacles here, you're dealing with money and manifestation energy, any Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. With the Wands here, that 3 of Wands, you have any fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. It does represent passion and creation. With the Swords, you have the energy of air. That could be any Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like yourself. And air, of course, represents intellect in tarot. Your recent past, Gemini, this is going to resonate for you. The King of the Pentacles, he does represent abundance, prosperity, provider energy, and being able to be generous. With the 3 of Wands, you have the energy of looking ahead, expansion, and rapid growth. With the 5 of Swords, you have the energy of unbridled ambition, win at all costs, and sometimes sneakiness. So, when we apply these together, it would seem that you're kind of finding the middle path on how to be generous, how to be empathetic to others, and also it would seem like you're kind of expanding and learning how to. You might be being perceived as being sneaky. You might just be being incredibly ambitious. Excuse me. You might be just be incredibly ambitious right now. You could be just simply being perceived as that. It could represent you taking extreme measures to plan ahead to expand because you want to be a leader. You want to be a provider. You could be taking on a new role and maybe a hobby or a job so that you can make more money so that you can do that. It's kind of unclear because it's just your recent past. We only have 3 cards plus Temperance, so it really means you're finding the middle path and having patience and expansion. It might be that you're being perceived as sneaky or that you're even considering winning at all costs. Excuse me. Or how to do so. But ultimately, it would seem, Gemini, that you're finding that middle path so that you don't. Well, let's see in your current energy kind of what lays here before I overspeak. You've got, of course, any air sign again. You've got Gemini here popping up with the Lovers. You are making your appearance with this beautiful Lovers card, and the King of Cups appears. That's the second king for the read. You could be dealing with water signs. You have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You could be you could be dealing with those signs. But with water, you have the energy and tarot of emotion. So it's that emotional currency, which is kind of just a beautiful thing to withhold. And it's very interesting that you have 2 kings in each row and a double 6 here. So let's get into that. 6s represent harmony and change. They can represent you being in your ego or you being in harmony with the universe. It could be one of the two. With your current energy, if this is resonating, Gemini, the 6 of Swords is going to represent the form of kind of transition, like leaving something absolutely behind and moving on. Like in your thought process, you're kind of considering that, which is interesting that it falls out after this, you being perceived as being sneaky as you look forward and try to expand. It could mean that you have left a job behind. It could mean that you have left networks behind, like friends or a loved one or something like that, and it's created a little bit of trouble possibly in terms, I don't mean that in a backstabbing way or anything, I just mean that it's kind of caused some drama it might have appeared. But in your current energy, with the Lovers being a major arcana, following that transitioning energy and the middle path of the Temperance card, it not only represents a Gemini, but the Lovers card represents choices, union with like it could mean, when it comes to choices, union, love, and relationships, it could definitely be some sort of a romantic relationship. It falls right before the King of Cups, which is interesting because this is a general read, not a love read. But you're transitioning from something, and with the Lovers and the King of Cups, he represents full emotional control, finding balance between your head and your heart. When you have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups in the same read, along with Temperance, it's like you're finding balance on how to be generous, but maybe you give too much in relationships, if you pay for things too much, if you provide, if you, you know what I mean? It could be something like that, where you're learning to not do that. You're learning to be generous, but also be balanced. It could be that you're transitioning away from that simply, and that's being perceived as sneaky. It could be that you're getting into a new relationship in your current energy, if this resonates for you, Gemini, because remember, as this is a general read, it's going to be kind of a scale for you. So each row, when we talk about the story, it's going to be either a high variant or a low variant, with either you're transitioning, just simply changing the way that you speak to people, or if you're full on moving, that's what I mean by low or high. So with the King of Cups and the Lovers, you're really in your current energy making choices to better your emotional health and your ability to control your emotions, which is very beautiful. If, as with Temperance here, finding that middle path, finding meaning behind things and finding patience, you're really growing into quite the when one transitions, they go from the cocoon to the butterfly, right? Well, when you transition here, you'll be forced to make changes, but they are in a huge level that just seems like it has a lot to do with you finding the middle path, you deciding what you want. Interesting. My goodness. Okay. Wow. Just like I said. Okay. So you have the 9 of Cups here, any water signs again, the 10 of Cups, and then any air sign here with that 2 of Swords. So we're going to get straight into your future, Geminis. The 9 of Cups is a beautiful card. It represents satisfaction, luxury, emotional stability. Okay? So the 10 of Cups represents inner happiness, fulfillment, and dreams coming true. The 2 of Swords represents difficult choices, indecision, and stalemates. She is blindfolded while she makes this decision. The 2 Swords represent those 2 thoughts that she's trying to decide between, right? Because Swords represent intellect in the tarot. So she is sitting there holding the 2 Swords, and she is blindfolded, so she doesn't have all the information. With that moon here, what is hidden? She doesn't have all the information, but she is going to make a decision. We'll pull some clarifiers, but Geminis, it really looks quite beautiful. Your future here is finding fulfillment that you were trying to manifest in your recent past and your current energy. So that means whatever you're attempting to manifest is kind of coming to fruition soon, if this resonates for you. So if this is a relationship, if this is a job, if this is stability, it looks like it is. the ability to choose, to make choices and not kind of manifest from a place of disparity, right? So that seems like that might be coming for you. It's going to differ for every Gemini because this is a general read. This could be you investing in stocks. This could be you investing in a business. This could be you making a new connection in terms of like, it is just interesting that it comes out there, that luxury, that emotional stability, because a lot of people, when they see that card, the Nine of Cups, they think of it a lot of the times similarly, in my opinion, to the Nine of Coin, which would be the representation of kind of like spending excessively but making it back, and kind of having that ability to manifest more always. So with that emotional stability, I wish you would think of it like that. You're growing the ability to manifest emotional stability, no matter what the environment calls for. So that could be that you're learning to self-parent, that could be going back to therapy, that could be couples therapy, that could be all kinds of different things, depending on what's going on in your life. So we're going to grab some clarifiers, gems, just to see what's up for your coming month. Again, I hope you're enjoying Capricorn season. I hope the holidays are doing you well. And I hope you're really enjoying it. You have your first Queen to fall out. You have 2 major arcanas. And so you have the Judgment here, the Emperor. You could be dealing with any Aries. And then the Queen of Swords is a representation, again, of any air sign. So with the Judgment card represents reflection, reckoning, and awakening. The Emperor, very interesting, represents kind of structure, ambition, authority, and rationality. So where we talked about how maybe someone's perceiving you as being overly ambitious, and that's not necessarily the case. You're having structure to get into a place where you're happy, and you're recognizing that you have that right. Like, you don't have to wait for people to love you. People should love you right on. You don't have to teach anyone to love you. If people can't learn to love you, like, within a reasonable amount of time that you decide, if they can't recognize your boundaries and kind of learn how to love you, if they can't they can't handle your leader capabilities, it's time to make that judgment call, gems. So the Emperor really represents structure, ambition, authority, rationality. I already said that, but he represents the King of all kings. He is coming to a rational thought, and he is followed by the Queen of Swords, the queen of intellectual thought, of rational thinking. And she does represent complexity, perceptiveness, and clear-mindedness. So whatever this clarifies this 2 of Swords. Whatever you're blinded by, you're learning to kind of represent yourself and to self-soothe and to keep pushing and to kind of, in a healthy manner, I mean, not in a way that hurts yourself, but you're recognizing who is really on my team, who really truly cheers for me behind closed doors, and who does not, and why. Like, if they react poorly to good things in your life, if they don't support you, you know what I mean, that kind of thing, if that's not something that you're okay with, it's not something you're okay with. Now, it would seem that you're making a judgment call to end any kind of negativity in your life and move forward during this season, gems. So good luck. I love you all. What a ride. It really looks like emotional contentment and making a major transitional choice so that you can continue that balance, right? Choice, balance. All right. Balance. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful month. Bye.